Guys, Crockerate here, and today I'm going to be comparing two of last year's most popular phones, the iPhone 5S and the Samsung Galaxy S5. Now, these are my mom's and dad's phones, so they have been very nice and let me use them for this video. So the first test will be in comparing size. Now, I've not the biggest hands, and this phone just fits perfectly into the way I use things. It fits perfectly, and it's very fast, and I think fast to use for me because it's just easy to access, and it's harder for me. I have to move my hands and fingers around, but it's easier. Whereas in this, I feel like I'm holding a iPhone 6. You have to move all the stuff around. It's super hard. You have to move your hand around. So for people who don't have that big of a hand, it's harder to use. But I don't know, kidding. What kid's gonna use this? But it's just good to know. So let's just the home button, charging port, and speakers with a headphone jack. You got volume buttons and your on-off button. And there's your camera and your camera on the side with your flashlight. Then here we've got your home button, tab button, back button, charging port here, your on-off button there, your headphone jack, and there's your volume buttons. So they both have very good resolutions. So let me just get this. Now from this, you can't really see it because my computer is just so blurry. But they both have extremely good quality, so many pixels. The problem is my camera on this is not so great. But in reality, they have way better resolution. They're both extremely fast and easy to use. I find that the Android system is easier to use than the iOS system, but I only have one Apple product, so I can't say that much. But so if you didn't see my review of my two Samsung tablets, you can check that out. But yeah, they both have, I think the Android is easier to use for people who are just getting a smartphone for the first time or new to all this. The Android system will be way easier to use than the iPhone system, the iOS system, but I'm nitpicking here. And they both, I think, they also have incredible voice. What am I saying? They're not, how could they talk? I'm talking to myself. They have incredible sound and incredible resolution, as I've already said. The cameras are spectacular. When you're filming with these things, if I showed you, it would be blurry, but they have just as good a resolution, if not better in camera than the actual screen. Now, these things, it's hard I don't really know the specs. I was going to go online and research all the specs and stuff, but then it's late at night, I'm like, why not? Let's just do this, get the video up, and then, yeah. So, but if you're into all those tiny little specs things, you can just go online and research that. I think they both have great battery lives. I've used them for quite a little bit now, and I think this has I believe this has a longer battery. It's around here somewhere, whereas this battery is this size, so it's a smaller battery. But I think they both last around probably 3 hours. If you're a non-stop user who needs to use it all the time, But if you like take videos and stuff, or Skype calls, that can take up a lot of juice out of these. But if you don't use it that much, and you only mainly use it for calling or emails, then you won't really have to worry about that. But they both have incredible batteries. Now, I think in terms of price range, the iPhone 5S is cheaper than the S5 because was an older phone when we got it. It's not that much older than this, but this is more expensive. Now, luckily, through some nice Verizon guys we know, we got them for cheaper, but that's if you get these special deals. But for most of them, I think this would be about, I don't know, $140, and this would be around that range as well. So I could be totally off, and they could just be $90. But from what I've seen online, that's what they seem like. And it all boils down to certain things. Do you like a faster phone, which is better for communicating and gaming and stuff like that, and lighter, or do you want a phone that mainly focuses on a regular phone aspects and computer aspects like emails and just regular phone calls? So if you're into just mainly calling people and texting and chatting and all sorts of stuff, go for the iPhone 5S. That's what I believe. And, oh, by the way, two things I forgot to mention. These both have Touch ID, so finger handprint, but I can't. They're not activated, but I wouldn't be able to get in. But and also it boils down to if you already have Samsung, Android or Apple products. If you have an Apple phone, already have an iPhone, you're probably going to go for the iPhone because that's what you know. If you already have an Android phone, then you're probably going to go for the Android phone. So it all boils down to that and what you like in a phone. But I think they're both great phones. And for me, I'd go with the Samsung because I'm an Android guy. I'm just Android. Although I do have an Apple product, but I have an iPod. I'll do a video on that sometime. But anyway, I'd go with either. If anyone handed me these for free and said, "Would you take them?" I'd take them. But I think they're both great phones. Here, I want to know in the comments. Tell me, which one would you rather go for, the 5S or the S5? Yeah, that sounds funny. They're both backwards. Or do you like the newer versions of these phones, or these versions of these phones? I want to hear it in the comments. Please tell me. So, thanks for watching, guys. Please like if you enjoyed the video, because it helps me out a lot. Comment. I want to hear your thoughts on these two phones. And subscribe to keep up to date with all my latest videos on tech, vlogs, Minecraft, and all sorts of other fun stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. Car Rocker 8, drifting away. Vroom, vroom, rev.